All right, everybody, welcome to NorCal Sports Network and another snooze fest for the Giants offense. It's pretty ugly. Told you they're going to lose a lot of games this way this year. Their pitching is really good.
Yep.
And their lineup sucks. Don't know how else to put it. Chapman, almost the golden sombrero. I thought he would pull it off tonight, but goes 0 for 4 with 3 Ks. What is Chappie hitting now on the season? It's got to be about 180, I'm guessing. Let's look here.
What's up, Lou? Yeah, only was able to score on the wild pitch. Hello from Augusta. How's it over there? How's the weather over there? Pretty nice. I bet it.
Yes, he's down there at Augusta.
Nice.
Yes. Yeah, 193. Oh, Chapman, got to give him credit. I thought he was at 180. He's at 193. He's better than I thought.
There you go. There you go. Still below the nose line, though, you know.
Estrada 185.
He had a couple of hits, so at least he did something.
Yeah, he's moving up. Yeah. It's a I'll tell you, the guy I'm already tired of. Besides Yaz, okay, the obvious. Nick Ahmed is a nice. He's a great character guy. Love him. Backup shortstop. He has a noodle for an arm.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he can't throw guys. I mean, you saw who was it that was flying down the line with 2 hits? Ramirez.
At the bottom of the 8th, right?
Yeah, Ramirez. I mean, come on, you got to have a cannon. You got to have somebody there that can fire it to first. There was a ball that was wasn't the deep hole. Chapman almost got it, and he cut in front, and he couldn't get to it, and Ahmed picked it up and threw there's just no zip on the ball. I know he's a great fielder. He's a Gold Glover, but he doesn't have a great arm. A lot of the balls are in the dirt, got to get scooped out, and he can't hit. I mean, he did get a hit tonight, but he's 1 for 4 hitting. He is hitting 279, but he's never been a hitter.
But you kind of summed it up. He's a backup shortstop, right?
Yeah, I mean, look at the Diamondbacks went with Perdomo last year and released Ahmed because they went for the speed, the youth, and they said, okay, we'll sacrifice a little bit. I mean, Perdomo's not an awful shortstop. Ahmed's a better fielder, but come on. It's like, really? This is what you're building your club around? A 34-year-old shortstop when you got Luciano and Fitzgerald?
So here's a question to you, Dan. And then what makes you think, why did they give up on Luciano so quick in spring training to sit there and say Ahmed's going to have the starting position? Do they know something we don't? I don't know. I mean, he's doing okay in AAA, but what's going on? Why wouldn't they have given?
They wanted defense. Farhan was wanting defense this year. The defense has stunk the last 2 years. They've been at the bottom of the league. I understand it. They want defense. That's why they went with Chapman. They went with Ahmed. I knew when they signed Ahmed, he was going to be the starter. I mean, It just had it written all over it. He's a little better than Crawford at this point in his career, but he's where Crawford was 3 years ago.
Right.
Crawford was still a great defender until basically last year.
But at least Crawford still has an arm.
Yeah, Crawford has an arm. And, Crawford's not going to play every day, but that's why you mentor.
That's why I think they should have signed Crawford, right? Because he would have been the longest tenured Giant, right? He's arguably the best shortstop in Giants history. So why did you have him as a mentor for Luciano?
Because I think Farhan wants to clear everything out from the old era of the Giants. Yeah. I think he wants it to be like, hey, nobody's left from the championship teams at all. So, it's very clear. Panda, he wasn't going to make the team. We all knew it, but, he wanted to stay in the minors. Mm-hmm. They just released him. They didn't,
You knew that was coming.
Yeah. So, this team, is going to play a lot of games like this. They just can't hit, period. I mean, they don't have guys that hit for average in the lineup. Conforto will come back down to the 250 range. Lee, we don't know yet. I mean, we see signs that he could be a 275 to 300 hitter. Maybe not yet. Wade's probably going to be a 250 hitter.
With the high on base, yeah.
Solaire's going to be a 240 hitter, and I still don't think he's going to hit 30 home runs this year. I said that, and I'm not saying that because he's only got one through 14 games. I'm saying that at the beginning of the year, I predicted he would hit.
Yeah, you said it before, yeah.
23 is my guess, just because, look, he got pitched around tonight. Greg, thank you. Yeah, I'm hanging in there a little bit better today, each day a little.
Gets a better every day, yeah.
Yeah, I still watch some of the videos of her today, but it's more just appreciation,
That's good. That's good.
So, but we'll see how things go. Where's Buster? Is he out in here? No, he's probably hungry. He wants dinner. The whole thing, the thing that I'm irritated with this club is, you see what Fitzgerald can bring to the table.
Yes, I know where you're going with this. Yes.
You see that he can steal bases. He may only get on one time a game. He may get on twice. If you get on more than once a game, you're doing good.
You're doing good. Yeah.
So, but when he gets on, he's a threat that puts people on notice, and he almost created a run tonight because, he pinch ran for Flores, who walked, stole second.
Yep.
And then he got to third with the ground ball by Bailey to move him over. And, had that ball been a little bit deeper on a Meds fly to left, that was just a lazy duck,
Yeah, a wounded duck.
A wounded duck. And you knew that wasn't deep enough. When they're that hit like that, it's kind of like, oh man, you give the guy so much time, the outfielder, to get in what we call a crow hop.
Oh, crow hop. Yeah.
Yeah, where you get in position where you get a running start, and then you get crow hop with your left foot and fire, and it's like there's just no way.
So you're ready to go once you get the ball.
It's because it's just a looping duck, and that's pretty much. I don't know what else to say. Yaz, I guess.
Gosh,
he had one official at bat because he walked, and then he was out for Slater. No, who'd he come out? Oh, Flores. Flores pinch hit for him. Estrada got 6 hits tonight, 2 by Estrada, and then 1 each for Lee, Soler.
And they drew Bailey 6 walks. They drew 6 walks.
6 walks, yeah.
And you can't get those guys in with a hit?
6 walks, yeah. That's usually we used to say a walk's as good as a hit in baseball.
Right.
But they I don't know. Here's my deal on, I don't understand, getting back to Fitzgerald. Play Fitzgerald. You don't have to give up. He doesn't have to take anybody's job. You don't have to say, okay, he's taking Ahmed's job and Ahmed's benched. He's not, he's taking Yaz's job, Yaz's bench. He's taking Estrada's job, Estrada's bench. He's taking Chapman's job, Estrada's bench. He's taking Conforto, he's bench. He's taking Lee. He could play everywhere but catcher and first base.
No, he played first base. Melvin even said it.
He probably could, but you don't need to really go there. There's enough positions.
Right. I get what
you're saying. Second, short, third. That's 3, and 3 outfield positions. That's 6. That's giving a guy. You play 6 days a week generally. You get 1 day off. Some days you have 7 days. Put Fitzgerald in the lineup 5 days a week and see what he does. Come on. Right. Just put him in the lineup. See what he does. Maybe he stinks up the joint, and then at least give him 100 at bats by moving him around. You're not taking anybody's job. After 100 plus at bats, maybe you say, you know what? He's not ready to be up here because he's not hitting enough. You move him down, you bring Luciano up. How's that? How's that, guys? But you know what? What happens if Fitzgerald hits you 250-ish, gets on base 340, 350%, 35% of the time, and steals a bunch of bases and actually creates
puts you in a position
chaos
to get some, and it puts you in a position to score some more runs.
Yeah, I don't get it. I mean, I would personally play him over Ahmed 2 to 3 days a week. And I would give Chapman a rest at times. How about Chapman gets a day off every 10 days? And Estrada could use a day off every 7 to 10 days. And we know the outfielders can use. I mean, Yaz can use maybe 10 days off in 10 days. Nothing, just 10. That's all.
10 days off in 10 games. I love it. Oh my gosh. John R says, what was the record of the team last year after 15 games?
Last year.
Well, make it 14. This is game 14.
This is 14. They're 5-9 right now, right?
5-9.
All right. I will tell you here in just un momento. Is that Spanish?
That is. Look at that.
Un momento.
I think it's uno, isn't it? Uno momento. Maybe?
One moment?
Maybe?
I always thought it was un momento. Maybe Will's out there, Martinez or Los, could tell us. Let's see. Hold the horses here. Did the wrong thing. 2023. Giants game.
It is un. You are correct, Dan. Eddie says un momento. There you go.
Un momento. Okay.
Very good.
In the 2023 season. Oh, now how are we going to do this? All right, here we go. Well, that's not what I want.
Greg Dayton. I don't think we'll ever see 500. Yeah, I was wrong.
Okay, they were They were record after 14 games last year was 5-9.
No kidding. Wow.
And they are
5-9.
5-9. Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah. This is
Tyler Boyd. Think a change is made soon with Yaz? Man, that is the $64,000 question right there.
I don't think it is.
I don't think it is. We want it to be, but I don't think it is.
Yeah. Hey, I put out a tweet today, guys. Let me show you this one here. I'm actually, Eric, really, I don't know the actual batting order of this, but I really think the Sacramento River Cats would be more productive, even at the major league level, than the Giants. Yes. Okay. Here it is. Can you see that?
Yep.
Okay. I honestly think with Fitzgerald not getting very many starts, and if he was in Sacramento, the River Cats would be more productive hitting than the Giants' anemic offense. And this is before the game, guys. 3 hours ago.
Yeah.
This is not just, hey, after the game they can't score. This is I see this. Take a look at this River Cats lineup. Okay, here's the Giants lineup tonight. Lee, Wade, Soler, Conforto, Chapman, Estrada, Yaz, Bailey, Ahmed. All right. I think the only legitimate hitters in this lineup for the Giants is Soler, who's struggling, maybe Lee,
Conforto,
and occasionally
Estrada
and Conforto. He's going to come back down to earth, but Conforto. But the rest of them, I never have liked Matt Chapman as an offensive player. Yeah, he'll hit the ball hard at times, and he'll get you the long ball, but he's going to strike out a ton, and he's going to hit in the low 200s. All right, so take a look at this lineup, guys, when we go back to this lineup. Tell me this isn't a better lineup. Meckler leading off, gets you on base. He's basically, I think he could be a really good hitter. Matos batting second in center field. You could change this order around. Ramos, who's got 4 homers down in Sacramento, hitting the ball hard, got an exit velocity of like average of over 93 miles per hour. Luciano batting 4th. Sable doing the catching, hitting 5th. Munguia, I think it is, Munguia. Designated hitter. Or you could put Villar in there. You can platoon him. Villar can hit some guys off. Brooks is a decent first baseman, but they don't have much at first. Fitzgerald at second and Schmidt at third. Tell me, is that lineup more? At least it's going to be what I said. This lineup has more speed and potentially will hit for a better average than the MLB team, and definitely would be more entertaining to watch. Tell me I'm not crazy that would be a more entertaining team to watch.
There would be some entertainment to that, yes.
I mean, Luciano basically could be your Soler.
Mm-hmm.
Meckler could be your Lee. Matos is better than anything else they got in right field. I mean, yeah, that would be about a $25 million payroll, right, Benz?
Not bad, yeah, for a 20. Exactly. Nice.
I mean,
yes.
They wouldn't have the pitching that the Giants have. I mean, the Giants' pitching is top 10 in baseball. Maybe
Giants
top
pitching
5.
is good. Wynn, actually, let's talk about that too. Wynn looked pretty good today. He got a little bit of trouble in that second inning, right?
Right.
But he got out of it. I mean, he walked 3, struck out 6, got the 2 earned runs. But he did okay considering, right?
Yeah.
Roop came in, had a good 2 strong innings. No strikeouts, but he also allowed no hits, which means and no walks, no runs came across. And Walker had 3 strikeouts. Yeah. So the pitching's there, but the lineup.
I don't
see, and this is what we were talking about, right? In the beginning of the season. Yeah, we're gonna have the pitching to stay in games, but are we gonna have you still gotta score runs? You still gotta score more runs than the other team. And look at this. How many 1-run games has there been so far? Quite a bit, isn't there? A few. There's I know at least 3, right? At least.
I bet you there is. Let's take a look at, and we'll tell you the scores of every game right now. We'll pull that up on the old.
Oh, do you want to bring it up on ESPN?
I could pull it up here, right here on the almanac. All right, here we go. Ready for the scores? 6-4, they lost game 1. Okay. Won 8-3, then won 9-6. Lost 13-4, lost 8-3, 5-4, and 5-4 to the Dodgers. There's 2. Won the home opener 3-2. That's 3. Lost 4-0 San Diego. Won against San Diego on the gimme game that Kim blew by dropping the ball at 3-2. So that's 4 games.
Okay.
Lost 8-1 and then 5-3 to the Nationals, 7-1, and tonight 2-1. So 5
1-run games, and they're 1-4 in those 1-run games.
1-4. Okay. 4. So what happened to the San Diego Padres last year with Bob Melvin?
They couldn't win those 1-run games. You're right.
Oh my goodness.
You're right. I forgot. Well, it's early, but yeah.
It's early, but they had lost so many 1-run games.
They did. Interesting.
Wow.
Interesting.
Yeah, this team right now is 2-6. Yes, Greg Dayton's got it right. 2-6 on the road. 2-6 on the road.
And I thought and you even said that. You thought maybe some of these guys are going to mash, like Soler. In Tropicana Field, you would think that they'd mash the ball. In the dome.
Yeah, I mean, they may at times. I mean, they're going to get their.
They're not showing it right now, though. The power is not there right now.
They haven't hit a home run in 7 games.
Right.
When was the last game they were on the road in LA? Did they hit a home run before this?
You know what? That's
a homestand. Let me see.
Yeah,
that was the night Soler hit that monster mash ball when they lost
in
5-4.
LA.
Yeah. So they haven't hit a home run in 7 games.
In 7 games, not one home run.
Yeah. This is it's going to be a concerning to me. I don't who likes the A's? Because Haruku hates Giants fans that like the A's. Do we have an A's fan out there? Maybe it's Senior out there talking about the sack A's.
Yeah, you got Johnny says asking us, why does every Giant continually take that first pitch strike right down the middle? Good question. Don't know.
Yeah, don't know.
Maybe they're just trying to take the first strike. That's it. I don't.
Hey guys,
know.
Before I forget, as we continue to add more coming into the chat here on a Friday night, I know it's early because it's, early for us, but Giants are on the East Coast, so Eastern time zone, so the games are going to end earlier. But Monday night, after the Giants play the Marlins, we'll do a post-game show, but we're also going to have the director of the Baltimore Orioles farm system on
Monday
with
night,
us.
right?
Yeah, Monday night. So it's going to be probably at 7:30. Yeah, he's the director of player development. And we will have him on Monday. 29-year-old Anthony Villa, who's rising fast through the Orioles rank, played at St. Mary's College, was drafted in the 16th round by the White Sox, played 3 years with the White Sox from 16 to 18, and then went over to the Orioles. He may be a
future general manager.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So we'll get Anthony's perspective. So I want you guys to all tune in for that Monday night. We're not sure if we're going to do it in one post game or do it in 2 separate shows yet. We're still
debating how we want to do that. Yeah.
Why don't you put a poll out there, see what the people prefer, because
keep it one show or do 2 separate shows, right?
Yeah. Because, but I don't want to lose. I want to keep maximum, but it's hard to do a thumbnail for 2 different,
Not really, because I can make the thumbnail him.
Oh, okay, and then just put
Giants. And in the title, Giants post game with special guests.
Okay, yeah, and
maybe we'll just do that.
Yeah, we'll probably just do that. So, yeah, he played with Corbin Burns at St. Mary's.
I wonder. Hey, I guess that's not too much of a coincidence that Burns goes to the Orioles, right? If he knows him.
Yeah. Right? Also
interesting
with Glasnow at the Dodgers.
Glasnow,
excuse me, not Glasnow. I take it back. Starts with a G. The pitcher, what's the pitcher for the Dodgers? At right-hander, dark hair, a little longer hair.
Gonsolin?
He had not Gonsolin. Golly, why do I always forget his name? Somebody knows it. He got hurt. He missed most of last year.
Oh,
2 years ago, he was like 18-1 or whatever he was. It was a crazy record.
Wasn't that Gonsolin? I thought that was Gonsolin.
Oh, Gonsolin. I thought you said Glasnow. Yeah, no. Tony Gonsolin. Yes. Yeah. I heard Glasnow. I don't know why. So Gonsolin. Yes, Tony Gonsolin. So
this guy, man, I know you. He's a Dodger fan. You little guy should recruit Austin Barnes. He'd fit right in.
Oh yeah. Hey, one of my friends who's a Dodger did not like Austin Barnes and was hoping that the Dodgers would pick up Joey Bart on waivers and get rid of Austin Barnes. Hey, speaking of Joey, how does he play? Let's check let me check and see how he's doing tonight if he's in the lineup. Pirates.
You check that, and before we have to get out of here, how about what do you think? Speaking of the Dodgers, of the Shohei Otani news.
Oh yeah.
Ipe turned himself into federal authorities, admitting he stole $16 million from Shohei Otani. I don't know, man. Does that pass the smell test? $16 million. How do you steal $16 million from someone that does the guy not check his bank account?
Maybe he had him so snowed that he was handling everything. And
maybe
he changed the alerts on Otani's on the account. He changed the account so no alert would go to Otani when withdrawals were taken out.
Ooh, okay. Well, maybe this guy is just a very bad guy. Yeah, he might be a. Ooh.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to believe that you're not missing 16 million from your account, though.
Yeah. Here's the problem with the Giants next year. If Chapman, let's say Chapman stays pretty similar to this pace,
we're stuck with him.
You're going to be stuck with him because he's not going to opt out and give up 19, 18, whatever million he can get next year. And let's say Snell does what he's done in the past when he has a great year, then he follows it up with kind of an average year. What happens if he says, you know what? I'll take the 32 million next year instead of maybe going out there and not finding a suitor.
What's up, awesome?
Now you got money tied up in Chapman. And what happens if Soler doesn't have a great year?
Well, I don't think he has an opt-out, though. I think
he doesn't. But now you got these guys, and you're clogging up your minor leagues, bringing up guys that can take their place.
I just do not like the opt-out period.
Did you see Reggie Jackson's comments about?
I saw you put that out there, right?
Yeah, and I think Lowe's put it out there. Reggie Jackson talking about the Snell, how he thought he was overpaid and that they didn't want. They talked amongst 4 or 5 guys in the organization. They ran it by the owner. They run it by Bagwell and Biggio and Reggie's
what kind of relationship does Reggie Jackson have with the Houston Astros, though?
Well, if they're willing to, the owner's willing to pay him, and he's, they like, hey, it's
a little bit weird, huh?
It's kind of what happens in baseball sometimes. It is a little strange. You think but the A's owner's too cheap.
Yeah, or the Yankees.
Yeah. I mean, he even played with the Angels, but with the Astros. But anyway, maybe he's an advisor there, and they mentioned something about the opt-out, and maybe I could read the quote. He says, "We don't get into that stuff.
See,
we don't fall for that. Something like that." Let me see if I can
care for that. I don't know.
Let me see if I can pull up the exact quote here because it was pretty interesting, I thought. Okay, Reggie Jackson, now an Astros senior advisor, isn't a fan of Blake Snell's contract. This was on NBC Sports Bay Area. We have a great leadership group with our GM, Dana Brown, Jackson said. Also, we have a couple of other advisors in Craig Biggio and Jeff Bagwell who are very much involved in our decision-making. I'm involved. Owner Jim Crane takes those decisions and puts them together, listens to our management and coaching staff on the field, talks to our GM and his staff, and then, of course, some of the analytics come into the future of a player, and our decisions are made that way along with being physically responsible. Being physically responsible, I think, is what kicked us out of the Snell deal. He signed a 2-year deal, I want to say, for $62 million. That's too much for him. He's been hurt a couple of times, and I think there's incentives on top of that. He's also got an option on his own. And between the 4 or 5 people that make the decisions with the Astros, we don't play that game.
Interesting.
We don't play that game. Think of those. What is that? 5 words. We don't play that game. Interesting, because Farhan does play that. Farhan does not have even a sniff of a playoff series victory in him. And the Astros have been to the last 6 or so ALCS.
Well, they've been to the World Series, 3 times? They won 1, but what is it, right?
They won 2.
1-2, my bad.
1-2.
Right. That's right. They beat the Dodgers.
Yeah.
They lost to the Nationals, and they beat who did they beat?
Dodgers, and they beat the Braves.
The Braves. That's right. That's Dusty Baker's. Yeah.
Yeah. Good point here. What about J.H. Lee's contract? Jung-Hoo Lee's. He's getting paid.
We talked about that. I said that. I don't like that deal. I think they could have got him for cheaper, but whatever.
Hey, he got a stolen base tonight and took third on the wild throw to the outfield.
Yeah. Oh, that Tampa Bay's catcher stinks.
Oh, that guy, he looked awful. You'd think Joey Bart, they would have grabbed Joey Bart, man.
Golly, man.
I think Pittsburgh, I don't know how that worked. If it was based on this year's records or if it was based on last year's records for waivers. I think it was based on this season's records. And Pittsburgh had a decent record. If that's the case, there's some other teams that may have passed on Bart, or maybe, I don't know, several. I think if several teams bid on him, it goes to last year's record. I think that might be how it works. But Tampa, that guy, he not only can't throw, he can't catch.
Oh, and he can't freaking hit. Do you see some of the pitches he was swinging out?
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh.
There's a lot of bad catchers in baseball. Just a lot of bad catchers that can't hit. And I mean, Bailey's going to be a so-so hitter. I think he's a below average major league hitter. I think he might be an average hitter for a catcher, if that makes sense.
Okay.
I think he bats below 240, which is going to be below the average hitter in big league ball, but that's including all the outfielders, infielders. But catchers wise, he's probably not too bad.
Right. Oh, you said Bart didn't play today, or did
he did not play?
He didn't play.
Henry Davis. Is it Henry or Harry Davis?
Henry.
Yeah.
Henry.
Henry Davis went 2 for 3.
Ooh, he's good.
But he's only hitting 205. So I don't know if Bart plays tomorrow or how they do that in Pittsburgh. But, we ought to pull up the standings here before we close this thing out tonight, guys. Giants are, let's take a look at the MLB standings, and then we'll pull that up.
Yes, Robert, we are wasting quality pitching. Absolutely. That is correct.
All right, here's your standings. Games are not over yet. Still some games being played, but
Baltimore's getting crushed by Milwaukee.
Interesting. Wow, Milwaukee. Okay. So look at Cleveland's off to a good start. Hey, Buster boy.
Yeah, Cleveland is.
Come here, buddy. Come here, bud. How you doing, buddy? So Toronto having a slower start there in the East. In the Central, wow, I did not realize. I haven't been paying attention.
Look at Kansas City.
So I'm going to say Kansas City off to a decent start. The White Sox, wow, that's going to be a long season in Chicago.
Well, they got a lot of guys. Yohan Moncada's out. Luis Robert is out.
Yep.
They lost Dylan Cease.
Yep. Wow, look at the American League West. Nobody really
running away with it.
Running away, and the Astros surprisingly 4-10, but that'll change.
Yeah.
Braves, National League East.
Wow, I didn't. They're only 500. Philadelphia. I mean, whatever. It's
if you put the playoff picture together, I mean, it's so early, but just to show you where I'm talking about, the Giants are third to last in the National League. Look at that. But they're only 2 games out of the wild card.
Yeah.
That's how, crazy it is. But look at Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh and Milwaukee
are both tied, or is it tied? Or
no, there it is.
Actually, Milwaukee's percentage.
Has that Milwaukee game gone final? I don't think it has.
Take a look. Let's take a look at the scoreboard. Out of town scoreboard, as we talked about, the Giants lose 2-1. A very anemic offense continues. Tigers win. Ooh, Scooby, how'd you do? Let me see. Scooby-Doo. Oh, it's not my fantasy team anymore, but still rooting for it.
Yeah, it went final. God, Milwaukee beat Baltimore 11-1.
Scooble 5.
Woo!
Yeah, that's going to happen some nights in baseball. Yeah, it's just some Reds pounding the White Sox 9-1. Rangers pounding the Astros 12-3.
Yep.
Oh no, was that wasn't that Ronell guy, or what was his name?
Ronell? I have no idea. I don't think so. It wasn't his turn yet, right?
Maybe it is tomorrow. Let me see. Because I know are they going 5 or 6 man rotation?
Do not know.
Okay. Yeah, tomorrow, Rangers, Astros, Blanco. Yeah, he goes tomorrow. So they get clobbered. The Rangers are clubbing them. Cubs, Mariners early on. Cardinals, beating the D-backs 4-0. Early on, Nationals. So some West Coast games, some good games tonight. Padres, Dodgers at LA.
Starting in about 2 minutes, yeah.
That should be good. Good game to watch on the MLB network if you've got it, or the Fire Stick.
Not too bad.
Not too bad. So, yeah. So, yeah, everyone is better in the National League except Colorado and Giants. It's pathetic. Yeah. I mean, the Giants just don't hit, and they're going to have a couple games that they hit, and everybody's going to say, they're out of it. They're out of the slump.
It is, Baba B. It is too early. I'm not panicking. I'm just saying it.
I mean, gosh,
no
it's
panic.
So early there's no panic.
It's just we're just observing what's happening.
There's no panic.
Business, yeah.
No panic in this right now. You're only 14 games in. You got 148 games to go. This is a long, long, long season.
Wait, who's pitching tomorrow for? Hold on, you have that by chance? Who's pitching tomorrow for Tampa Bay?
Yeah, it's Webb
versus.
Hold on here. I'll just pull it up.
Oh, Snell's going to pitch again in Tampa Bay. I'm guessing, right?
Sunday.
Nice. Back to his old stomping grounds.
Tomorrow it's Logan Webb against Ryan Pepeo.
Oh, former Dodger.
Yeah. And on Sunday,
they traded him to get real quick. They traded him to get Glasnow, right?
Yeah. Sunday, it's Blake Snell against Tyler Alexander, a lefty. That will probably be the game the Giants win in this series, because I think when they go all right-handed, they have a better chance of winning because they get Yaz out of the lineup, get maybe Conforto out, and they're right, and you get Flores in the lineup. You get Fitzgerald in there. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It seemed the lineup they put out there Wednesday was a much more productive lineup than the one that has lefties in it.
Hey, here's an update. Just so you know, Sacramento and who is that? Who are they playing against? The Chihuahuas. They're out there. They just got their game started. Matos started off with a hit. He stole second. No, sorry, he stole third base. Right? Luciano drew a walk. He stole second base. And then it looks like Schmidt got an RBI. Maybe it was had to been.
Gee, imagine that. 2 young guys with speed and some pop.
Yep.
And let's just waste them down there instead of Mike Yastrzemski and Nick Ahmed. Come on. Seriously. Two guys that are almost, one's 34, the other one's going to be 34 this year in Yaz.
And you got two 22-year-old, 21-year-old, 22, 21-year-olds.
I think they're
both 22, right?
I think they're both 22. I'll pull that up right now and we'll let you know their let me just pull that up right now. Okay. Ahmed is 34. We know that.
Yaz is 34.
Yaz will be 34. He's 33 presently. Okay. Right now, Luis Matos and Marco Luciano are both 22. And Luciano will turn, let me see this. He will turn 23 in September. So he's the 10th, virtually 22 the whole season. And Matos will turn 22 in June, or 23 in June, mid-June. So, geez, get these guys up, see some speed, see some pop.
Yep.
But I think I'm going to stick with my timeline. I think they're going to go through Boston.
May, right?
I think it's early May.
Early May for both?
Yeah. And I think,
do you think they bring them both up at the same time, or one gets up before the other?
Injuries could happen too. I hope it's not brought up by injury.
Let's take injury out of it. Let's just go by strictly performance.
Ah, man, what would be great to see is, what would be a good day. A good day would be, let's release Yaz or trade him somehow, and Slater, bring up Matos and Ramos, and then bring up Luciano to start and put Ahmed as the backstop.
Gotcha. For defensive, yep.
Hepatitis C. Come on. Jeez. That would give a lot of people hepatitis C if that happened. My goodness. Yeah, Will Martinez, leave Yaz in Boston. That's my prediction. That's what I say.
Leave them in Boston. They're never flying out at,
What was that song that somebody used to sing? Please come to Boston, or please come? Please.
Oh, and you know what?
Was it please come to Boston? Some line in a song.
Here you go. Adam C says Fitzgerald at shortstop.
Hey, either one. But I want to see Luciano and Fitzgerald in the lineup. I mean, I don't know. Giants have to play the reason they got Ahmed and Chapman in there is they're trying to save runs because they can't score any.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the plan's not working because I think they thought they'd get at least 3 runs a game.
Yeah.
3 to 4, and they'd win some of these
close games.
Instead of being losing 2-1, they'd be winning games 2-1.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, we're going to wrap it up here for a Friday night because it's Friday night, and I want to go watch the Warriors and the Pelicans. And
this is playoff implications, right? Yeah,
it does have big seeding implications. Yeah. And tomorrow, the Giants are back at it. They've got is it the same time?
I think it's it's afternoon, so maybe not.
Let me take a look. MLB Saturday, April 13th. Oh, it's a 1:10 game.
Oh, 1:10.
All right.
Early.
Okay, so we'll come on at 4:00 tomorrow, guys. We'll just set it for 4. The game might end a little early, maybe. Earlier than that, might end a little after. But we'll gauge it. If it's super early, like if it's a really quick game, sometimes Webb's games go quick.
Mm-hmm.
With the pitch clock, maybe we bump it up to 3:45, 3:30, 3:45 if it's real early. But we'll shoot for round 4. We'll be back tomorrow, guys. And until then, have a great Friday night, and we'll see you tomorrow.